really not libertarian, because he proclaimed that he is for the rights that the founding father set up for us, right? The right to bear arms, the right to not to have the so-called the military invade, the so-called invasion of the government, intrusion. They try to take your land in the name of so-called eminent domain, whatever. But what he's saying is so true. I've been saying to you for a long time. I've been wanting to take this video, and now it's true. It's happening everywhere. The Chinese are the worst, invading this country. I'm telling you, the papers, the Chinese paper, they all colonize, so-called colonize, intrude, and they have their cities, just like, I guess, Somali, or just like the people that live off, I don't know, Michigan somewhere. They just speak their language, and then worse than that, they're screwing us over by sending everybody from China, leaving all the money there. They hide all their money. They're here on welfare, because I know that for a fact. I've been telling you that pregnant women, this is how they do it. They know the citizenship is automatically granted, so they're here 2 months before there's a huge industry, and you guys have to crack it down. 2 months before they drop the baby, they fly in here, hide their thing, check into these, their setup. They don't speak the language, so they pay this so-called the group, it's a tourist group, but it's a front. All right, and I know personally the Best Western, I know, personally, that these Monterey Park places and Gabriel, this so-called Best Western, they're not even apartments, they're hotels. So they're leased out, rented out to these so-called the groups of these pregnant women. And, step by step, because the Chinese people, they're shrewd. They broke it down. They have these women, in these hotel rooms, apartments, or whatever, and they drive them to all these places. So they act as Ubers. Also, they charge a good amount of money. So eventually they get them to the county hospitals for the delivering of the baby. The baby becomes a citizen, but then we're stuck with the bill, because then the woman flies back to China. As you know, that I couldn't believe it. Even like people I know, they're not direct relatives of from my step people. I don't know why my mom still get together with them, but sometimes they just think they're so smart. The other goodness, their heart. They show me their Chinese paper. This is what you do. This is how you do it. You get the welfare. You hide the money. Money are hidden back there. So they're robbing us. Colonization. They're taking over this country. I'm not just talking about people from Guatemala. I mean, there's problems from Guatemala, Mexico, but I'm talking about from China directly. Can you take the billions of people from China? Because they know the system. Damn it. I don't know why I get so upset. But I did not feel very, somehow, I did not feel very shrewd yesterday when I ended up at the communist Ralph. This is what happened when you have so many SJWs, or just people are just really on edge. Even in this supposedly super duper, they try to the Ralphs I'm talking about, renovate, made all kinds of more Whole Foods and more prestige, $100,000 worth of new refrigerator cases. But you got the homeless there now, okay? They're taking the plastic. I mean, remember I told you that they're there. They're using the bathroom, and really, that's how they use the bathrooms. Because remember the plastic bag ban that causes this now, the hepatitis disaster. So I can't even get into that. So they shit all over the place, and then the city like hush up. They try to clean up, or the supermarket people try to clean up by just washing it down, because they're shitting all over the place. Remember, they used to go defecate in the middle of the night in plastic bags. You have to know they have to go. If they don't do it in your front yard, they do it on the streets. Oh Lord, I hate to say that. There was like, the people that pull over, I don't know, they're drunk or whatever, they're like either throw up or, shit over the front side. So don't just think about your property value is going to go down, but think about the scary thing is they're invading because of Jerry Brown allowing Jerry. I'm serious. I'm talking about the philosophy. You know, I'm sure if you sit down with a person, you know, just like I went out with the SJW, right? A liberal person, I'm sure they're nice people. You can have a drink, like Hannity said that I could probably have a good, nice little chat, a drink, a beer with Obama, but it's the brain. They're skewed. They're into this socialism and transforming America into the globalism, but it's not going to work because they're going to destroy your country. And, you know, not just the DACA, the $56 billion, all right, the cost. And then you're going to have at least 4 or 5 more million people coming along. Because now you're saying, oh, it's 800,000. But then this so-called chain migration, they can bring their aunts and, you know, 23 villagers. Oh, my God. So another thing, before I go, I actually need to pray. Is that, ironically, the rich guy I was talking about, right, that work in all their lives in the San Francisco bureaucratic system, hey, you know, I have to go on dates too, come on. It's not that easy. What I'm saying, the dating world is not that easy ever since my divorce. So sometimes you just go, oh, you know, let's just be friends. But in this case, it was really difficult because I had a nice chat, nice time, nice dinner, or, you know, pretty good romantic setting by the lake. Oh, now I'm sweating, which is a good sign. It's good for you. Sweat is good. Nosebleed is not good, but sweating is good. But then all of a sudden they start talking about Donald Trump. They went crazy. But just look at your homes. I mean, it's very sad. My heart breaks. I'm not going ha ha ha. Santa Barbara, people died because a month ago, remember, they burned it up. You know, if you don't want to say, oh, well, it's all coincidence. Yeah, it's a great coincidence from San Diego to Northern Cal. It's burning up every year, and it coincides with the agenda, Jerry Brown's agenda of what? Declaring the state disaster to force the federal government to give them money. But they're not going to give it to the people that suffered the loss. They're just going to say, if you want to rebuild, now I'm talking about the Sonoma, they actually wanted to make that part of the Agenda 21, the UN thing, to drive them out. They were experimenting with that particular mapped area. No, lo and behold, they're making it tougher. If you didn't know, none of the people that live there, used to live there, can go back and build homes because this is all designed. They said, we're just going to give you a check. Would you take the money? And then we have these ready-made places, but not in the place where they live. You sell it out to the government so now they can make that mega community, so-called Agenda 21. It's coming in California. And remember, I told you, it's a smart fire. It doesn't burn anywhere south of the border. It doesn't burn in Mexico. It's the same terrain, so-called Baja. And it doesn't burn anywhere in Tijuana or Ensenada or Mexico. It only burns in California. It doesn't burn in Nevada. It doesn't burn in Washington, in Oregon, in Arizona, and nowhere else. But just California. And I told you so. I hate to say that. They try to burn you. They're so bold because you put them in there. You say, oh, they're for little people. They're lying. They want to burn you out of your homes. And they're the people that are enslaving people. I suffered from the hands of the Democrats from Hawaii. And don't tell me that liberal state, they don't lie. We're for little people. And I have seen other people that went up there and say, you're just deceiving us. They're taking all the power, all the money, and pretending they can give you little grants here, little grants there. Well, take your fucking $800 and, you know, go live on the fucking street. So they burned up. Whoever that does it, even if you say, oh, and now the fire department, because, you know, people are just getting suspicious, right? 17 fires are burning all at once in Northern Cal, and all of a sudden, the middle of the Cal, Los Angeles, up in my neighborhood, remember? They were telling me to evacuate in the middle of the night. So they were burning down there, and then they blamed that, the 405 freeway, they blame that on homeless cooking. Oh, now you blame the homeless of cooking, but you don't you don't really go there and actually put out a fire. I've seen them tented. So even if Santa Barbara fire was set by the homeless, that is still under the policy of a sanctuary policy. And this is what I want to tell this Prince guy who hates Trump so much, who's a freaking just brainwashed. I hate to say that. You'll have to really, I think that we all have to have introspection, you know. I used to be one of them because I said, well, I'm minority Asians and, you know, white people don't like me, blah, blah, blah. Well, a lot of white women don't like me. That's okay because I think they're smarter than me. Seriously. You know, sorry to veer off again. I really do, because I was trying to get to the Ralph Communist Market at about 10 o'clock. And not making the left turn, wanted to be safe. You see what I'm saying? Because I could not gauge in the rain if the other car was coming really fast. So I just waited till that car passed, if you know what I'm saying, before I make a left turn. The lady behind me just honked at me like crazy. This is 10 o'clock. Where are you going, lady? So she honked at me and I spooked because I spook easy. That's just the way I am. So I made a left and I went to a parking lot, and she went into the parking lot as well. And I was gonna say something. I was parking the car, and I was opening the door. I was trying to get to the Communist Ralph store. Anyways, you know, I sneak in there and make sure that communist woman Sonia isn't there. But this lady and I don't know somebody else. So they just like, of course, they ignored me. They ran into the store really fast. I guess I felt really inferior because I tried to get out as fast as I could. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm so slow, but my God, I feel like a snail. They were already in the store and finished their shit by the time I just started. Oh, God. So I need, like I said, I need help. Okay, so, then I'll be back.